안녕하십니까, 강철영화입니다. 오늘부터 새로운 컨텐츠를 시작해 보려고 하는데요. 바로 영어 원서 읽기입니다. 그래서 영어 원서 중에서 제가 좋아하는 책을 우선으로 읽어드리려고 하고, 또 여러분께 도움이 될 만한 그런 책들을 선정해서 읽어드리려고 합니다. 이 컨텐츠의 목적은 첫 번째, 이제 영어 원서로 된 내용을 저의 목소리로 들려드리는 건데, 이걸 좋아하실지 모르겠어요. 근데 일단은 저 스스로는 원서를 읽고 또 좋은 내용들을 공유한다는 차원에서 개인적으로는 의미가 있고, 부디 이 내용이 다른 분들에게도 의미가 있고 도움이 됐으면 좋겠습니다. 자, 그래서 오늘 읽을 책은 모리와 함께한 화요일이라는 책인데, 사실은 연금술사라는 책을 읽을까 하다가 그 책은 이미 많이 다뤄지기도 했고 유명한 책이니까 그거 외에 제가 할 수 있는 건 뭘까, 그런 생각을 했습니다. 그러다가 고른 책이 이 모리와 함께한 화요일이라는 책인데, 원제는 Tuesdays with Morrie라는 책입니다. 그래서 이 책을 제가 정확히 언제부터 읽었는지 사실 기억은 잘 나지 않는데, 아마 중학교 때인가 고등학교 때, 그때 이제 처음, 그때 이제 한국어 원서로 한국어로 읽었다가 제가 이제 영어 공부를 하게 되면서 좋아하는 책 중에서 하나를 원서로 구했어. 그러다가 이제 알게 된 책인데, 원서도 상당히 분량이 많지 않습니다. 192쪽, 194쪽까지 된 책이고, 내용 자체도 크게 어렵지 않아요. 그래서 아마 영어 공부를 하시다가 원서로 공부를 해본 경험이 있으시면은 한 번쯤은 추천받거나 또 더 나아가서 그거를 읽어보신 적이 있을 텐데, 오늘부터 당분간 저와 함께 이 책을 읽어보시죠. 그래서 한 영상에서 얼마나 읽어드릴 수 있을지 모르겠지만은 제가 일단 오늘은 첫 시작이고, 그냥 가볍게 시작하는 만큼 부담 없이 읽어보도록 하겠습니다. 네, 그래서 저는 앵커 북스에서 나온 한 번을 읽을 거고요. 그래서 지금부터 시작을 하겠습니다. 그래서 처음 부분 acknowledgements 말고 그 다음 챕터인 the curriculum부터 읽겠습니다. The last class of my old professor's life took place once a week in his house, by a window, in the study where he could watch a small hibiscus plant shed its pink leaves. The class met on Tuesdays. It began after breakfast. The subject was the meaning of life. It was taught from experience. The curriculum. The last class of my old professor's life took place once a week in his place. The curriculum. The last class of my old professor's life took place once a week in his house, by a window in the study where he could watch a small hibiscus plant shed its pink leaves. The class met on Tuesdays. It began after breakfast. The subject was the meaning of life. It was taught from experience. No grades were given, but there were oral exams each week. You were expected to respond to questions, and you were expected to pose questions of your own. You are also required to perform physical tasks now and then, such as lifting the professor's head to a comfortable spot on the pillow or placing his glasses on the bridge of his nose. Kissing him goodbye earned you extra credit. No books were required, yet many topics were covered, including love, work, community, family, aging, forgivenesses, and finally, death. The last lecture was brief, only a few words. A funeral was held in lieu of graduation. Although no final exam was given, you were expected to produce one long paper on what was learned. The paper is presented here. The last class of my old professor's life had only one student. I was the student. It is the late spring of 1979. A hot, sticky Saturday afternoon. Hundreds of us sit together, side by side, in rows of wooden folding chairs on the main campus lawn. We wear blue nylon gloves. We listen impatiently to long speeches. When the ceremony is over, we threw our caps in the air, and we are officially graduate from college. The senior class of Brandeis University in the city of Wharton, Massachusetts. For many of us, this curtain has just calmed down on childhood. Afterward, I find Morris Schwartz, my favorite professor, and introduce him to my parents. He is a small man who takes small steps, as if a strong wind could, at any time, whisk him up into the clouds. In his graduation day robe, he looks like a cross between a biblical prophet and a Christmas elf. He has sparkling blue-green eyes, thin, thinning silver hair that spills onto his forehead, big ears, a triangular nose, and tufts of graying eyebrows. Although his teeth are crooked and his lower ones are slanted back, as if someone had once punched them in, when he smiled is as if you just told him the first joke on earth. He tells my parents how I took every class he taught. He tells them, "You have a special boy here." Amherst. I look at my feet before we leave. I hand my professor a present, a tan briefcase with his initials on the front. I bought this the day before at a shopping mall. I didn't want I didn't want to forget him. Maybe I didn't want him to forget me. "Mitch, you are one of the good ones," he says, admiring the briefcase. Then he hugs me. I feel his thin arms around my back. I'm taller than he is, and when he holds me, I feel awkward, older, as if I were the parent and he were the child. He asks if I will stay in touch, and without hesitation I say, "Of course." When he steps back, I see that he is crying. The syllabus.